If you struggle with starting, whether it's a new project or learning a new instrument, you're probably underestimating small improvements. Let me explain. In the book, Atomic Habits, James Clear explains the power of 1% improvements, which is tiny gains that compound over time. Improving by 1% daily doesn't feel dramatic, and it's not a whole lot when you first look at it. Just like if we had compound interest on money, 1% really isn't a large amount. But if we were still talking money, 1% daily is a pretty big difference over time. But it's harder to see that in this sense because we're not necessarily talking about money. So some examples: reading 10 pages, or saving a small amount of money weekly, or doing one extra rep when you're working out. It feels insignificant in the moment, but over months, it changes your trajectory completely. Personally, reading was an uncomfortable thing for me to do, and it was something I want to do more of because I want to learn from my books. When I first started, I remember I bought the Game of Thrones collection because it was a TV show I liked. And at the time, I was only reading like 2 or 3 pages a day. And then it turned into reading a chapter a day, and it eventually snowballed and snowballed and snowballed. But at first, I was starting off with that 1%. And I remember it took me a year to get through my first book, but it worked out in the end, and eventually it got me to where I needed to be. None of it felt massive, but looking back, months later, the difference was obvious. Small habits feel useless today, but they can be powerful as time goes on.